This morning I want to focus on two particular habits that are actually very, very good for you. First one, let me give you a practical example. I travel an awful lot, as do a lot of my clients, and in discussion with a couple of my clients recently, it emerged that we all have the same good habit. And that is that when we travel, we always ensure that our car keys are in the same pocket, our passport is in the same place, our airline tickets are in the same place, and our bag is packed in a way that we don't forget anything. Now you might say to yourself, that doesn't just sound like a habit, that sounds almost like obsessive compulsive behaviour. But the point I would make to you is extraordinarily simple. Our ability to pay attention is limited. Psychology has been proving that for the last 80 or 90 years. You need to ensure, first of all, that you develop your ability to pay attention. That's what this workshop and the last workshop was all about. But to pay attention to the right things, and to ensure that your attention is finely tuned into the important things and the right things that you have to do today. In other words, you need to offload the burden from your mind of needing to pay attention to things that you can organise in a way that will ensure that it's simply just looked after for you. And that is why if you have some routine that actually ensures that your mind no longer needs to care or be burdened by that particular set of things that you have to do, stick with that particular routine, stick with that habit, like the passport here, the airline ticket there, the mobile phone here, the keys there, whatever. That's the first point I want to mention. The second point that I want to mention this morning, the second good habit that I want to talk about this morning, is one that when I mentioned it to some people recently, they were a little surprised. I am a list person. That means that I have a to-do list. It is not a to-do list on my smartphone or my mobile phone or on my laptop or on my PC. It is a handwritten to-do list. Now you will know from looking at other videos on this website that handwriting is very important and it impresses the subconscious mind. What is on my list? Because unfortunately a lot of people that I know who have to-do lists have 40 or 50 items on their to-do list, and they get more and more frustrated because they don't get around to half of the things that actually are on the list. What's on my list? The things that I know I can get around to today. Are they little things, big things? Generally speaking, the little things that I would otherwise forget. Why? Because I know, and I know all the time, what my top priorities are. So that is what I am going to spend the greater part of my time on. My to-do list is actually there to ensure that I need to just get rid of the other things that need to be done. But there is another extremely important psychological benefit to having a to-do list. Now, by that I mean a to-do list that you can actually do. Research done in the University of Chicago, research written about in the book called Flow, written by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, actually points to the extent to which the normal mind gets extraordinarily satisfied from doing things and being able to say, that is a job well done. The research on flow actually indicates that some of the happiest people in the world are people who are doing mundane jobs. People, for example, on car production lines in the likes of Detroit, where I turn a nut, the nut moves along the production line, and I say to myself, well done, that's another turned nut. And there are a lot of turned nuts in this world. Anyway, that's a digression. The point I'm making is that in the course of our ordinary everyday lives, very many people don't have the opportunity to say, that is a job well done, because there are so many things going on and so many bits of things that we have to do that we very rarely see the end, the complete and utter end of a task and say, yes, I've done that, I feel great about that, that has been a little notched up for me in the world of happiness and satisfaction. So therefore, if you do have a short, and I emphasize the word short, to-do list, and you tick things off it, you are actually encouraging your subconscious mind into the correct belief that you are a doer, that you are an achiever, and you are giving yourself the satisfaction of having done a job well done. There you are, two simple things, but two very important things to ensure that you manage your mind, not the other way around.